Hey guys, this is HTOMario, and I'm going to be showing you a build order for Terran against Terran. This is one of the safest build orders that you can do. It's also great at harassing, so it's a good mix between either one, and you can adapt the build depending on what you scout with the Reaper rather easily. So, in this specific build order, we focus on harass a little bit more than defense. Although we do get the ability to defend, and we get the structures that allow us to defend, like an engineering bay or a reactor, or the required add-ons to defend almost any type of cheese. This strategy is meant to give you an edge over your opponent in the harassment wise. So if you want to improve your playstyle, one of the best ways to do that is improve your multitasking, and this type of build will help you a lot. The build order is 10 supply depot, 12 barracks, 13 refinery. As you can see, we just placed down our refinery. We scout with an SCV after the barracks has been put down, or directly before. We don't want it any sooner. We do want it after the supply depot has finished though. So, in between that window. This allows us to scout expansion first, and usually get into the main if they try to wall off. But now we are disregarding everything back at the other person's base. We're going to focus entirely on the build order. When you reach 15 supply, you want to stop all SCV production and wait for the barracks to finish. This allows you to get your orbital command a little bit sooner. The mule is one of the most important things in the Terran arsenal of income, because it's the equivalent of 4 workers, so you more often than not do not want to delay a mule. After we've gotten our orbital command, we produce a Reaper and a barracks to finish the wall off. This allows us to not have an SCV all in, be able to just walk into our base. Hellions will not be able to just walk up. After the Reaper, we do produce a Marine. Let's bring up the timing so you can see everything a little bit together. The production tab. Now, with this Reaper we can either defend, attack, or scout. In this situation I choose it for defense, because he's also going Reaper. With 100 gas, after our first Reaper has been produced, we get a factory. From here, we can establish an add-on, so that's what we're waiting on. 50 gas. There it is. It's a little bit delayed. And an expansion and a refinery. More often than not, you want the refinery first. This is a harassment build, so you are delaying your expansion in order to harass the enemy player. Oop. Alright, now once our gas has been put up, we drop our expansion and we prepare to swap these add-ons. In the meantime, you must take note that while swapping these add-ons, you do need to build another supply depot. This will prevent you from being supply capped. I believe I forget that in this game. I also put my barracks over here with a tech lab and drop a starport right under it. You want to produce it to the side so it's harder to see if he scans in the wrong location. We're also going to be getting a Banshee with this. I get my supply depot, but I favor making sure I can get these 2 Hellions. I can cancel 1 Hellion in order to start building SCVs again, but I do want to have map control and good defense to be able to scout around. Now, if you delay the supply depot like I do here, your Banshees will come out faster. If you do not, they will come out later, and you won't mineral block yourself or SCV block yourself, but you could miss a crucial timing. After the initial first 2 Hellions, we produce 2 more, where we produce a medevac, cloak, and a command center. This allows cloak to start researching while, when you make a Banshee, the cloak will not finish even after the Banshee gets to the person's base. It takes some time, so we get a medevac first to drop the 4 Hellions into his base, and then keep 2 back at home for defense. After this, we go ahead and produce the Banshee. Back at home, we produce another supply depot. We're going to get an engineering bay in just a moment to defend ourselves as well. And we're going to move our expansion over and drop another factory here, get a tech lab so we can get 2 factories going. We also begin widow mine production to start defending ourselves. You don't have to move these Hellions across the map, it's just some light scouting I am doing. This is the basic build order that you can use to be relatively safe against any all-in, and then do a lot of harassment. You want 2 factories so you can produce siege tanks and Hellions after you produce a few widow mines for defense. You can get the ability to get a Raven, missile turret, or a Viking depending on what you scout. You can swap around add-ons to get more siege tanks or more Hellions. A good example of when you want more Hellions is when he goes incredibly marine heavy. When you want more siege tank is when he gets a lot of marauders. As you can tell, we're harassing his base, and even though he currently is ahead in workers, between the Cloak Banshee, the little run through, and a few Hellions here, it can be difficult to deal with this type of harass. Make sure that you know where your units are and how long they have to live, and be very careful with them because losing your harassment units can set you far behind. Once you've established your defenses, you want to drop another command center in your base and an armory. Now you are able to produce Thors, get upgrades, get Blue Flame Hellion, and the third overall command will help you catch up in the worker count if your cheese failed. It would also push you ahead if you were successful. We killed 11 workers, and we are now on close to even supply. I also have a good scout out on what his base was, and I was able to do a lot of harass. Many players will crumble to good harassment, so it's great to practice it and improve your multitasking. That is the build order. Thank you for watching, guys, and I hope you tune in for more games.